Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you guys tonight because tomorrow I'll be going to the beautiful romantic Paris. Now I have taken 3 trips. Well, this will be my third solo trip, my third trip this year, and one of them was solo. And I'm fortunate to afford such trips and be able to kind of see parts of the world that I'd never seen before. So this particular video, I want to talk to you a bit more about how I can afford affordable trips, and actually let you guys know, like literally there'll be a link below, and also how I go about going on the trips, because planning is very important, especially if you want to get the most out of your trip. So guys, we're going to go straight into it. This is kind of the before kind of preparation stage, and I want to talk you guys through what I did, and then when we get there I'm going to take you guys with me on my amazing journey to Paris. So keep on watching, subscribe below, like, comment, let me know what you think, and also look out for the next video when we're in Paris, you know, seeing all the sights and having lots of fun. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. So the first thing is, for me anyway, is to decide where you want to go. Some people are sure of where they want to go. They know that this is where I want to go on holiday, and they're looking for that place. For me, in this particular instance, I didn't know where I wanted to go. All I knew is I just wanted a holiday somewhere far away from where I am in London, that I could just relax, be in a foreign place, explore and have a good time. So I went and started researching, and I managed to find a really good deal for, I personally paid £129 for a return Eurostar, 1 night stay in a hotel and a boat cruise. So 2 days and 1 night, all for, and the return Eurostar, all for £129. You can get it less, you can get it more, and it depends on the dates you decide to go. Now that's another thing that you have to decide is important to you. For me, I do not like weekend trips, I like weekday trips, because my weekend should always stay my weekend, and if I'm deciding to have a holiday, it should be on a day that I would usually be working. That's my thought process. So that was the first thing I decided. I looked through, I picked a time that I thought was comfortable for me, and that was in September, beginning of September, and I booked it. So that was the first thing. Decide where you want to go, decide the days that are good for you, and also, just as I said, I could have got it for cheaper or I could have got it for more, depending on the days that I chose. So also, if you're not too strict or too rigid on the days you want to go somewhere, have a look, because usually when you're looking online for holidays, it will give you like a calendar and different prices on different days. So 1 week difference or a couple days difference ahead or before the day you chose could ultimately mean you're saving a bit more money. So be aware of that if you're not too rigid about the time you need to go on this particular holiday or trip. Yeah, so yeah, be aware. So now, just before I booked my trip, I knew roughly where the hotel was that I was going to be staying at, and I knew kind of like obviously where I would end. Like when I get to Paris, I'm going to be at the station, and I know which station. Okay, and this is my hotel. So now for me, I'm really about comfort. When some people go on holiday, they more so want to know where the landmarks are, where the shopping centres are, and etc. For me, I'm about comfort. I didn't want anything that was too far out. So before I booked that, I decided to have a look on the maps where my hotel was situated compared to where the station is, to even go back to London or even to travel to the hotel, because I needed to know how much it was going to cost me, if I could take a train, because some countries don't have a great train or metro system. Paris happens to have a fantastic metro system, but I had to check if it's easy to get there, if I need a cab, and if I did, how much would that cost me, and if it was worth it, because you've got the initial price for the trip, and then you've got all the little expenses that come after. So I checked that out, and I realized it wasn't too bad. I think my hotel's about 30 minutes on the metro, or 20 minutes from the station, something like that, and everything that I want to do is kind of in and around, no more than about 30 to 40 minutes maximum by train, you know, door to door, for anything I want to do. So that was the next thing, or that was the thing I checked before booking. So I would advise you guys to check and make sure that you're happy with this, where your hotel is situated, because it might look nice in the pictures, but also just make sure where your hotel is situated and if you're happy with its proximity to other places, maybe landmarks like I said, or shopping centres, etc. Next thing you want to do, when you book, you want to make sure and check like the term, well, you want to read the terms and conditions before, but you also want to check if you need to kind of confirm your booking in any way. So I'm taking the Eurostar, I'm not traveling by air, but if I was traveling by air, I'd need to check in. You kind of have to do something similar with Eurostar, kind of confirm and download your ticket. So, and I think you have to do that before the trip at a certain amount of hours or days before the trip, just similar to if you were taking a flight to a country. So be aware of that and make sure you download your tickets. Now I've downloaded mine and I put it in my wallet. I have an iPhone. I'm not sure about Android users, but I'm sure Android users have something similar. I've put it in my wallet and it's ready to go. When I get to the station, I just have to like whip it out, show my ticket and jump on the train. It's that simple. So just make sure that you don't have to kind of, even some hotels you have to confirm your booking, which is really interesting, but some hotels you do. So make sure of these things and do all your bookings in time so that you don't get to where you need to get to, or you don't get to the station or to the airport and have any problems. Now this for me was the fun part, because I like to think I'm very organized and I know what I'm doing. This is the research what you want to do when you get there. It's very easy to go on holiday and time flies because you don't know what you want to do. All you saw was this amazing place, maybe blue skies, you know, blue water, and it just looked amazing, and beaches, and you're like, yep, I'm gonna go there, and you haven't really thought about what you want to do. It can also make it very costly, because then maybe you get there and panic and think, okay, I need a guide, I need someone to help me figure out what I want to do. That could make it very costly. Or you get there and, as I said, time just flies by, you don't know what you want to do, you know, you're just there like kind of dilly-dallying essentially. So that's the next thing I would say, is research. I've just done this kind of rough research, and of course you guys will be seeing tomorrow what I'll be doing and seeing it kind of all fall into place, and it will make more sense. But yeah, research, look on Instagram, look on TripAdvisor, look on all these sites, Google it. People do give reviews of things they've done in said country, whichever country that is you will be traveling to. Look at all these things and make a, you know, a judgment as to whether you want to do that or you don't, or you want to alter it to your kind of satisfaction or what you would like to do. It's up to you, it's your trip. So yeah. So if you're going to a country that has a different currency to yours, which is likely, you may want to exchange some cash. So I've been to the post office today and I've exchanged some cash. And the reason why I did that, I could have used my card, but I'm pretty sure I'll be charged per transaction. But at least this way I've exchanged some money. Try not to exchange too much. Try not to exchange too little. I can't tell you how much to exchange. You just have to figure out roughly how much things will cost you. Again, when you're researching things you want to do, check the prices, then you can see roughly how much you need for said activity, or even the metro line, the underground, the transport system. If you're going to take an Uber from point A to point B, researching what you want to do will actually give you a good idea of how much you'll need. So you can do that really easily. Just Google it, type it into the Uber app. I'm sure you can pretend you're in another country and just have a look. I'm not sure, but I really feel like you can. And so exchange some money, and also think about travel insurance. That's really important. God forbid if you become sick or ill, you want to feel confident that you have some sort of insurance to help you get well. You don't want to be sick in another country where you don't have your own kind of, like for me, I have the NHS. If I'm sick, I know where to go, but and I know that it's going to be really easy to get seen and, you know, etc. But if you don't have travel insurance, it can become really expensive and really hard to get seen. So you don't want that to happen to you, and it's really easy to get cheap, affordable travel insurance, just make sure, research again what the travel insurance covers and if it's good enough for what you want. I would also advise you guys to get this European health insurance card. It's free. Go online, Google it. As I said, I call it an EHIC, an EHIC, so a European Health Insurance Card. I think it really is a good thing to have on top of your travel insurance. You will need your travel insurance with this. It's free. Google it, research it, decide if it's good for you. And this is obviously, I live in the UK, like I said, so I'm not sure about other countries and what their equivalent to this is. But if you live in the UK, I'd say get one of these. It's free. And it's good to have alongside with your travel insurance. So don't do this a night before you're going, like I am, but obviously you need to pack. So you need to pack the essentials and things you don't want to forget. Try not to overpack, especially 2 days. I'm really trying to pack as light as possible. I'm trying to maybe use one outfit and try and turn it into two, because I don't really want to take a lot of clothes. Don't forget essentials like a plug, for example, especially if you're going to another country where the plug, the socket system is different. This is not how it looks like in the UK. The UK is more like three kind of prongs or three kind of holes, and the holes are kind of the holes are kind of rectangular. In Europe it's two prongs, and the holes are kind of circular, and the prongs are kind of circular to fit into the holes. So make sure things like this, you can get this from your post office if you're in the UK. Things like this you're going to need. Other essentials, if for example, like for me, I need my makeup, I need my underwear. I know people might think that's crazy, but people forget things such as so simple and such a necessity as underwear. Obviously, if you do forget, you can buy it in the country you're going to, but make a list. I would suggest you make a list. That's the best thing. When you pack, pack as light as possible, but pack your necessities. If you're going on by air, there are a lot of airlines, in fact most airlines, that have limits on the amount of liquids you can take. So if you have like facial cleansers or things like that, and also what liquids you can take. So research on that online, because you don't want to have that issue when you get to the airport. For me, Eurostar doesn't really have any issues, and I'm packing light anyway. I'm just going to pack the essentials like my hairspray, my cleansers and things like that. And when you finish packing, a good idea is to read back your list and make sure that you've packed everything you have on your list, just to ensure that you've not missed anything, and just to, you know, like a double check. I think that's really important. So pack. I have unfortunately seen that it might be raining tomorrow in Paris. Pack accordingly. So pack clothes according to the weather. I will now have to take some sort of, you know, I have these mini booty Wellingtons, which I think I'm going to take just because it might be raining. Of course I'm going to have to take my umbrella because of the situation, but I'm not going to let it like cloud my fun. I'm still going to have an amazing time. But pack according to where you're going, to the weather, the climate, so that you feel comfortable and, you know, you're able to enjoy your time there without things like weather changes kind of causing you to maybe change your plans or stop you from having as much fun as you would have. So that's more or less my list. Charge your phone the night before, charge your camera if you're going to take pics, bring extra batteries if you need to, or whatever it is you need. Get a good night's sleep, eat something before you go to bed, and relax and get ready for your trips. Go down below, have a look at the deal and see if you like it. See if you can find a deal just as good as mine, or as in price wise. You may want to take more days. It will be a little bit more money, but it's still a good deal. So have a look down below, click the link. After that, I'll see you guys in Paris in like, I don't know, like less than 12 hours from now. I'll see you guys in Paris, and yeah, let's have some fun. Take care guys, bye.